You have seen her, you just cannot explain her. She walks into the room and something shifts. Not because she is the loudest, not because she is dressed the best, not because she is trying to be noticed. She is not trying at all, and that is exactly the problem for everyone else in the room. Because there is no visible reason for the attention she commands. No single thing you can point to and say, that is it. That is what makes her different. The pull is coming from somewhere beneath the surface, somewhere most people never think to look, and here is what nobody tells you. That quality, the one you felt but could not name, is not genetic, it is not circumstantial, it is not reserved for a category of woman you do not belong to. It is architectural. It is built from 5 specific layers, stacked in a specific order, that together produce something the human brain reads as unattainable, and the entire foundation can be laid in 24 hours. Not perfected, built, the signal sent, the shift made. Here is step 1 begins tonight, before you sleep, and it targets the most immediate and visible dimension of the unattainable aura, your face. Specifically, the version of your face that is being hidden every single morning by something entirely correctable. When you sleep flat, your lymphatic system, the drainage network responsible for clearing fluid from your tissues, operates at near zero efficiency. Fluid accumulates in your face across 8 hours of horizontal stillness. By morning, that fluid is sitting directly over your bone structure, blurring everything underneath it. Your jawline loses its definition. Your cheekbones flatten and recede. Your under eyes puff forward. And the face you see in the mirror, the one you have perhaps accepted as simply how you look, is not your face. It is your face under a layer of biological stagnation that was never addressed. Tonight, elevate the head of your bed. Books under the frame legs, a folded blanket beneath the mattress. Any incline you can create at the head end. Then, when you wake tomorrow morning, spend 2 minutes using your knuckles to drain what remains, from the chin upward toward the ears, from the forehead outward toward the temples, down the sides of the neck. The face that emerges from this process is sharper, more defined, and more structurally present than the one you woke up with. That face, your actual face, finally visible, is the first element of the unattainable aura. Step 2 is about your skin, and it addresses the specific quality of skin texture that reads as expensive and vital, versus skin that simply exists on a face. The difference is not perfection, it is luminosity. Skin that looks lit from within. Skin that appears to have its own internal light source, rather than reflecting external light flatly off its surface. This quality comes from circulation, not from product. After completing your lymphatic drainage tomorrow morning, tap your entire face rapidly with your fingertips for 30 seconds. Every surface, forehead, cheeks, jawline, under eyes, neck. Quick, rhythmic, light tapping that manually wakes up your microcirculation and draws fresh blood to the skin's surface. Then mix your moisturizer with a single drop of facial oil and apply them together. This combination creates the dimensional skin texture that every expensive makeup look attempts to replicate and rarely achieves because it is trying to create from the outside what only exists authentically from the inside. Your skin, activated and properly sealed, will look alive in a way that registers immediately to everyone who looks at you. Alive skin is one of the most powerful components of the unattainable aura because it cannot be faked convincingly. It has to be generated. Step 3 is where the aura moves beyond your face and begins to occupy the entire space around you. It is about scent. And the reason scent belongs at this level of the conversation, alongside biological techniques and psychological practices, is that scent operates on a neurological level that no visual element can access. Smell is processed in the limbic system, the oldest and most emotionally powerful part of the brain. It bypasses rational assessment entirely and creates an immediate, involuntary emotional and memory response, which means the way you smell reaches people before your face does, before your posture, before your voice. The scent arrives first and sets the emotional tone for everything that follows. Building a scent presence that contributes to an unattainable aura requires layering, not just application. After your shower, while skin is still warm, apply a lightly scented body lotion. Then spray your perfume on your pulse points, wrists, neck, behind the ears, where body heat will diffuse it naturally throughout the day. Then, before brushing your hair, spray a small amount of your perfume onto the brush itself. Every strand picks up a light coating. Every movement releases it softly into the air around you. The result is a scent presence that is warm, subtle, and completely enveloping. The kind that makes people lean closer without realizing they have done so, and think of you every time they encounter that scent again. That is not attraction, that is imprinting. Step 4 is the psychological step, and it is the one that determines whether the first 3 steps produce a surface result or a complete transformation. It is about the signal your nervous system is broadcasting through your body language in every moment of every interaction. Most people, regardless of how good they look, are broadcasting one of 2 signals: seeking or defending. Seeking, the need to be approved of, liked, included. Defending, the guardedness of someone who expects to be judged or dismissed. Both signals are immediately readable to the people around you, even when they are entirely unconscious. Both signals undermine the unattainable aura before it has a chance to land. The signal that creates genuine unattainability is neither of these. It is sufficiency, the quiet, complete sense of already being exactly where you are supposed to be, requiring nothing from the room and offering your presence as something worth having, rather than something that needs to justify itself. This signal shows up physically in very specific ways. The pace of your movement, slightly slower than most people around you, deliberate rather than hurried. The quality of your stillness, the ability to be in a space without fidgeting, adjusting, or reaching for your phone. The direction of your gaze, forward and level, not downward and monitoring. Practice these 3 physical expressions of sufficiency throughout tomorrow. They will feel unfamiliar at first. That unfamiliarity is the feeling of your nervous system recalibrating. Stay with it. Step 5 is the final element and the one that makes the aura permanent rather than temporary. It is the decision, made clearly, consciously, and without negotiation, to maintain the standard you are building today, regardless of who is watching or what the circumstances are. The unattainable aura is not created in its peak moments. It is created in the ordinary ones. The Tuesday morning when you are tired. The day when nothing is scheduled and no one will see you. The moment when it would be entirely justified to let the standard slip. The women who possess this quality consistently, who walk through the world at the same elevated level, regardless of context, have made one decision that most people never make. They have decided that their standard is not conditional. It does not require an audience. It does not require motivation. It simply is, because they are not performing the aura for the benefit of observers. They are living it for the benefit of themselves. And that distinction between performing and being is the precise difference between a woman who occasionally looks unattainable and a woman who simply is. Make that decision today. Hold it tomorrow. Repeat it until it requires no decision at all. Here is the complete 24-hour construction. Tonight, elevate your bed and seal your skincare so that your biology is working in your favor while you sleep. Tomorrow morning, drain your face, activate your circulation, and build your scent presence so that you walk out the door looking and smelling like someone whose standard was set long before today. Throughout the day, practice the physical expressions of sufficiency. Your pace, your stillness, your gaze, until they begin to feel like yours. And underneath all of it, hold the decision that your standard is unconditional. That is the architecture of the unattainable aura. 5 steps. 24 hours. Real results. Not because the transformation is complete in a day, but because the foundation is laid, the signal is sent, and the version of you that has always been capable of this has finally been given permission to emerge.